Her mouth was not enough for them, so they looked under her tongue and took the spit instead. They boiled it in a test tube with lithium and sold it to a company that dealt predominantly in parched heads. Sometimes skulls are thick, so look down on this nature of work with fright and despair. Her arms were unable to close comfortably around their waist, a double negative shoplifter, nagging the fingers that were too uninspired and short to pluck strings. The feet were taken to be soaked in a lamb stew, a truly sadomasochistic dieting gesture, a pot where death had set its seal and added a splash of bubble bath. We lounge footless mostly, discovering that by attempting to scull, more bits fall off and end up on neighbouring plates. Chop me delicately, please. I hate it when the constants I sleep with don't quite make the cull. Her pillow is where she's had to conceal her dreams. In between the gaps of feathers are lottery numbers and orgasms steeped in valour. They wouldn't think to look in a place so obvious. Her desire hides in plain sight. She lies atop a black box and gives free rein to a skin she no longer needs. When the gates of her pores were open for those she loved, they extracted all extraneous fat, streamlined for eternity or never more than half an hour. A grain of truth was found in her colon, just behind a bag of frozen peas. The colour wasn't congruent with digestion. Sometimes it's difficult to break down what cannot be scrupulously understood, so they took the truth and plastered it on billboards and the side of buses, a moniker to the angel bed of origins. Our compass hovers north, but has eaten its magnetic field to prove a point. We can only tread in the steps of prior combatants, lest we lose our way, offending someone with our bleeding toes, off balance and unmoored to the rest of the pig rock globe. Her knees made excellent centerpieces for a small wedding she had attended last June. They spanned bone with blown glass and made swans who suffered with arthritis. A burnished throne burnt on the tablecloth with watered-down ink. Last orders in the abattoir were transcribed for the organs. Her liver was taken to Canterbury Cathedral for display purposes only. It took great restraint for nobody to snatch it for a pie. The vessel reminded worshippers that they were small and titchy. A bishop encouraged it to sneeze when the people weren't paying close attention. The donation chest had never been so full. Her appendix was given to a time capsule, buried amongst the immediate past to exhume at a later date and learn from. We leave things beneath us because we are startled by adaptation, returning to purity intermittently, rolling blind in the night sky, stinking of earth and home. She would love you, but she has no face, alas, easily torn, but not quite so easy to mend. They say that April is the cruelest month, or perhaps it was, in fact, instead, when something's one thing, it's not necessarily another. For her there is no atonement. Her kidneys have been donated and are currently residing in two bodies that filter the urine more effectively than she ever could, a bean knot in our reproduction, walking hand in hand towards extinction, one last midnight time as sentinel meet, fellow sister beasts opting mutely into a raw deal. She should hate you, but she has no brain. Ingredients labels are a source of hope. The poetry sings dull as bone. We fight for legitimacy because it's dangerous to be buried in a graveyard not designated to you. They lay flowers you despise and put flatworms in dead hair. Her plot is across the pages of several greedy novellas. The sight of expiration cannot be witnessed in any one spine. Dissection begins in the mind and ends with a blunt pen knife. The epitaph is difficult to locate. I've been looking in the bottom of plastic bags, the first puffs of dawn and the scabs of old quesadillas. Nobody can tell me what she really meant, a barren umbrella stand. The sun never shone on her. These worm clouds have the power to poison sleep. Mutable wounds can be mourned neither together nor alone. Through this dying flesh, which is all of us, warm and capable hands march towards the icy silence of the tomb. She turns now to you, displaced kidney in palm. Don't smile, you're on camera.